Hey guys, this is not a normal video once again because you can see my face. If you're here for the gaming stuff, this is not a gaming related video. This is something I'm really pissed about and I want to talk about. So it's up to you, and I'm very sweaty because I'm at work, I'm on night shift. I've just gone to check to see what's on my news feed, and I found out that there's been a fire on the Grand Union Canal. Now I'm a big fan of canals and canal boats, and it's not just your normal wildfire, which we're getting quite a few in the UK this year, which is kind of scary in itself. This is a purposeful arson attack on people's homes, which are canal boat, narrowboat, and adjacent vehicles of water that can go on the canal. There's a couple of other options. And the reason I'm pissed about it is I've just come back from my own holiday on a canal boat. I plan to live on a canal boat in the future. I don't want one of my thoughts being every day is, oh, am I safe to moor here, or is my boat going to be burned by some idiot? These are people's homes. These aren't even like, they're not just all leisure craft. Some of them are. Some of them it's just someone using it maybe once or twice a year, have a permanent mooring. Even then, they're not cheap, you know? Most second-hand boats are ranging, for a decent quality one, is anywhere between £30,000 to £60,000 on average, based on my mind, which means it's wrong, but like based on what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the boats I want to buy. Yes, you can get them for 10,000, 15,000, quite cheap, quite small, if you're just planning to do like weekend trips. You can also be spending £200,000, which is the price of a house, on one of these boats, easily, if that's what you want to do. And to have some twats, possibly kids, deciding to set fire to these boats is just incomprehensible to me. Because they're people's homes. The people's property. Now, it's not the main reason I'm pissed. That's enough of a reason to tick me off. But I was trying to find some, like, there's a couple of videos available. And the first one I clicked on redirected me to someone's Facebook group that they've posted in, which is fine. You know, Facebook isn't the best place to be looking at, but it was just easy and quick, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm tired. And I've got 3 more hours of my shift left. So I was going through. And I thought I'd read down the comments, see if anyone has any new information, because it was a couple of hours ago. And I believe the fire was at the weekend, so it could have been, it's Tuesday now, so it could have been Sunday. I'm not too sure. And I'm scrolling down, and you get the comments that are like, I'm so sorry this has happened. This shouldn't have happened. A couple of people confused whether it was an accident or arson. It seems to be arson. There's been a couple of comments alluding that the police have already know their suspects and they're known people. And that's sort of what I was expecting, the normal stuff, thoughts and prayers, whatever. And then you get the twats who just be like, time to make this political, because clearly there's a political agenda around this. Then maybe, I don't know, no one's named anything. But the fact that you're just hijacking someone's tragedy to be like, oh, it's this group of people, they're doing it because whatever, they came on boats, they hate boats. I don't care. I'm very passive. I really don't care about stuff like that. My eye bags are so big in this light. But yeah, so it's like, I don't get why you just comment that. But that's fine. That's also sort of why I expect people to throw in the political whatever. And then you get the comments of people who just don't understand stuff. Like, the main reason I'm recording this is because of this one comment alone. And I'm going to try and edit it so you can see the comment, if I can find it. Obviously, I'm going to blank out names, which I hope I've done. So please don't go find these people. Not that like the 5 of you who are going to watch this actually care, but just don't go hunting it down. Anyway, the comment was, that's a few less boats dumping sewage straight into the canals. Now, I'm not an expert on canal boating, but I've been doing it for a couple of years, a couple of weeks at a time. I happen to know exactly where my sewage goes when I'm on that boat, and it's not into the canal. So on a hire, there's like 3 main types of toilet. There's a couple of more options, but I only know about these 3 main types. The big one for hire boating is a pump out toilet, which means you poo into a sewage tank, much the same as if you were to have a cesspit and then someone come along and pump it out, which you go to a boatyard, they'll pump it out, charge you 20 quid or something, and that tank will do you for your entire holiday. So a lot of time you don't even have to do that, you'll just go back to your boatyard once you finish. But if you live aboard, it's a bit different. But that's one of the big types, also the biggest tank. Then you get your caravan toilets, which are the ones I know least about, but they're similar to the cassette toilets you can get. If I understand, caravan toilets, you move the entire toilet. Cassette toilets, the toilet is fixed and there's a tiny box underneath. It's probably only going to do a day or 2. And then you do your business, flush it into there. And then once that's full, you can pull it out and put another cassette in, like a cassette player. Those of you who are much younger than me, good luck, Google it, learn something new. The cassette player bit, not cassette toilets. And then you'll go find an LSAN, which is a building that the Canal and River Trust or British Waterways back in the day, or whoever it was, built. So you can go take your cassette and you can pour it into there. It's like a sink, but it's not a sink because it just puts it just directly in the sewer system or in its own cesspit, which will get pumped out. So, and the thing is, okay, maybe not everyone knows about that, but just the idea of honest tragic video and posts being like, well, at least the canal's gonna be prettier, I guess. If it wasn't for boaters, we wouldn't have the canals. We don't build new ones. We either are maintaining the ones we've got or rebuilding ones that have been left to disrepair. We're not mapping new canals because canals were originally for trading. And it was just a good way for cargo carrying. It was great, it was cheap, it was whatever. The train soon killed all that, but we'll ignore that bit. And because once the trains came, a lot of the canals closed down. And the few that remained open were not great. But through many years of people who were passionate about reopening them because they liked boating, we've slowly reopened more. Now, some may argue that we shouldn't be opening so many because we're struggling to look after the ones we have, and that's E. But if it wasn't for boaters, we wouldn't have the canals. The canals are man-made, they're not natural. It's not like a river that just has been there since time immemorial, though rivers move on the occasion, they do like to wander. But it's not like a Great Lake that's been there forever. Like, it's hilarious in its own way. And if it wasn't for canal boaters, yeah, it's not like canal boaters just buy a boat, put it on the water, job's good done. It's the boaters who are paying to maintain the canal. The CRT, Canal and River Trust, they are a charity, which the government gives them less money every year. They rely on us paying for licenses. Well, I say us as if I do that at the moment, but in the future, pay for licenses, so our license fee effectively goes to maintaining the canals. The CRT has tons of volunteers. They're excellent people. I've never met one that has been distasteful, and take into account, I am a female. There have been some people who have had issues that they've been talked down to by male boaters and CRT workers because, like, female, you don't know what you're doing. A lot of them are old men as well. I don't know if that correlates. But I've been doing boating since I was wee high. I'm sat down so it doesn't work, but like 5 or 6. I've never had an issue. I've scared a couple with them seeing this very small child coming up to them with a windlass, being like, "I'm doing a lock now," and they're going, "Where is your boat?" Of a lock, because that's what I used to do. I'd set locks events. So yeah, you have to think about to explain money and keeping the canals alive. I know I've segued a little bit. The easiest way I can describe it, which is the American way, canals are HOAs. I own my boat, I don't own the water, right? Which is like a HOA. You can own your house, but you don't really. It doesn't feel like it because everyone's telling you what to do. The difference is the CRT aren't going to tell you what to do. You just follow their basic rules. And so your fees go into maintaining the canals. So this person who's gone, oh, the sewage is like, obviously they don't like the canals. There was another comment I can't find now, and I'm sort of scrolling through. I have to look back on my laptop. So this comment may and may not be added because I can't find it. But it did mention sort of the same vein about, well, that's less boaters ruining the canals. And go, once again, if it weren't for boaters, we wouldn't have the canals. There would just be ditches. There'll be no one maintaining them because no one will care. So it's just these weird comments like that on this devastating thing. Which the video doesn't give away, it just shows you a burning husk with some canal boats nearby. And canal boats have gas tanks on them because most of your stuff is powered by gas, so that could, if you get enough of those to ignite, you could end up with a lot of issues. Though, to be fair, that sewage comment was probably made by an angler. Fishermen and canal boaters have been enemies since time immemorial. Yeah, and some people seem to be just, it's a lot of political comments. I don't like them because most of them don't even make sense. But yeah, you get a lot of the heartbreaking. Oh, thank God, no one was hurt though, which is fantastic. Just a little confused because one of the boats doesn't look like a canal boat, which is fine. It says boat adjacent. Someone says that it might be a converted emergency oil rig thing, which you can find on long canals. But still, it's just the thought that someone's home. Something they're probably really proud of. And some people are commenting like they're, yeah, like they're their own garbage. There's some conflicting reports about how many boats were affected. Some say 6, but the official fire brigade, London Fire Brigade, say that it was 2 boats were destroyed. Does it mean that there weren't more? But yeah, anyway, so that's why I just wanted to rant about people not understanding and then not doing the research and commenting heartlessly. Like, it could have been so much worse. I'm so happy that no one was hurt. I'm so sad that people have lost homes.
So this is an XDMSC on computer, so you can't see my face, yay. And different mic quality just for the end of this video. So this is the video that the Watford Observer posted. Now, there's obviously the response. These are all steel hull like work boats, so they're not going to catch fire. But I was just looking at this, and so the shape isn't narrowboaty, but you can see it's untethered itself. Now, I'm also looking on their website. Watford Observer is getting a lot of love from me right now, and the shape of the boat is not, it's not narrowboat. It might be 1 or 2, but that definitely is an escape, a water escape vehicle like that one comment suggested. And they're still saying it's 6, but I don't know. I see the aftermath all melty, but it doesn't look. Two boats destroyed. It's a very blurred one. No, thank you. The whole shape doesn't really match what you'd expect if it was a burnt out narrowboat, which makes me think they are the escape vehicles that one person suggested. And there's a bit of controversy around the safety of those because they have a purpose which you're meant to use to escape a situation, one use. So the fact they're being repurposed for boats on the waterways is a bit, but it's not really for me to judge. And yeah. And there was a comment somewhere that I can't find now, but it had a picture of a load of these vehicles in convoy being moved there, which is just a little bit weird. So the entire thing is a little bit weird, but it doesn't change the story, which is these were someone's homes and they've been burnt by, excuse me, someone not carelessly thinking. And there's a chance that if they got closer to a narrowboat, plastic pig, sorry, a cruiser. I'm not meant to call them plastic pigs. Uh, it could have easily damaged them as well. Narrowboats do tend to moor quite close together, especially in popular areas to moor. So it could have been so much worse. It really could have. And I'm still really sorry and sad for those people who have lost their babies, basically. But I'm glad no one got hurt. Anyway, that should be it for this. Thanks for watching, if you are. And hopefully, whoever caused it to happen got caught. There's also one theory about might be an insurance fraud, which is hilarious in itself, but so interesting the gossip you can find on Facebook. But yeah, that's it.